Hello everyone and welcome to Aussie Boomers Travel. We're off to Bali for this video. We visited Suna, Ubud, Denpasar, Kuta. It's such a beautiful place and the people are just so glorious. So we were escaping the horrible winter here in Australia or down in Victoria. We'll talk about and I'll show you some more info on where we stayed. The beaches were beautiful, the people were beautiful, so yeah, it was really worth it. And as always, please don't pack like this. Please get some cubes, roll everything up, put them into the cubes, pop them into your suitcase. It is so much easier, and then you just lift out your cubes and pop it straight into the wardrobe. So that makes it really easy. We flew Jetstar. They were okay, I guess. They were delayed. Thank goodness we were part of the Qantas Lounge, so we hung out at the Qantas Lounge at Melbourne Airport. We were delayed by about 3 hours. This is us flying in to the wonderful Bali, and this little fellow here greeted us in the airport. There was a lot of information online about travelling to Bali. I took a lot of that on board. One tip, I guess, is to always try and go to the left of the queues when you come out. So always try and go to the left instead of the right. Our accommodation organised a driver, so there were lots of drivers waiting to pick us up. This is also where they pick you up from, lots of toll roads. We arrived late at sunset. So this is where we stayed, the Smart Comfort Apartments. I would highly recommend them. There's only 8 units or 8 villas in the whole complex, so people are glorious. They're so helpful, clean, tidy, will help you out with anything. It was a 1-bedroom apartment with a full kitchen, separate bathroom, separate shower, toilet with 2-way access. The kitchen was fully equipped, big fridge as well. Really loved this apartment. Everything worked really well. Cleaned every day. We had our own private pool, which was just sensational. These are the prices. I booked through booking.com. I have a Genius discount, but please go have a look. You can hire bikes. They can organise things for you. It's very close walking distance to all of these things from our villa. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. We also, just up the road, the great breakfast spot that we went to for brekkie every morning. Really lovely people. So if you want to go up there, but also obviously, you know, you can walk down the main street of Suna and there's lots of opportunities, but I like to keep it local. So we were down some of the little alleyways, which are really important to explore. This next section is just the beautiful doors and woodwork and all of the craftsmanship that went into these doors. So these were lots of doors to different villas that I discovered on my walks. I'll let you have a look at some of these. And this next section is the boardwalk that you'll hear everyone talk about, but it's a beautiful boardwalk along Suna. It's all paved. You can hire bikes. You can go out to the other islands as well. It's just really pleasant just to walk along there. There's lots of little there's some little markets there as well. There's a night market in Suna you can have a look at. It's just away from a lot of the busyness, I guess, of Kuta, and it's more quiet. Now I did, as you can see, I did a cooking class, which I just loved. Organised a taxi, went down to his cooking. It was just me and the chef, and it was so much fun, and the food was amazing. It was, yeah, I would recommend doing it if you want to. But yeah, that was lots of fun. So that was a cooking class. Now I do recommend you hire a driver. This is the driver that we had. He was fantastic. We did some cultural tours of the Barong dance troupe, which was lots of fun. We also went to, and they're not that expensive either, the drivers. So I think we paid about $60 a day. So definitely go to some of these places, especially this place where you go and taste different coffees and tea. Or I actually brought back some coconut coffee, which was glorious. And also the lemongrass tea was sensational. And the hot chocolate was really good too. And you can just buy them in little packs and bring them back. So definitely bring back some coconut coffee. It was so good, and it was just interesting. Some of them we didn't like. The ginseng was not bad. It was sort of like a tasting paddle that we had, so that was lots of fun. And from there we drove up to Ubud, up to the beautiful rice fields, and there are so many restaurants just looking out all along the rice fields. This is the one we stopped at. I think it was called the Green Terrace Restaurant in Ubud. The food was lovely, staff was great. Yeah, so definitely worth stopping and having a look around there, and a lot of the restaurants. There was just sensational views, really. This is in downtown Ubud, just one of the shopping centre and one of the roundabouts. We also went to this waterfall, which was really lovely. You can go right down the bottom, and there's you need to book, though, according to our driver. You need to book in advance, but at the bottom of the waterfall there's a great restaurant as well. Again, the sunrises in Suna, stunning. Just beautiful. It is really worth getting up a little bit early and capturing some of those beautiful sunrises. We also, with our same driver, not on the same day but a different day, we explored, or this is the museum, and that's how much it was to get in, and we explored the cultural and museums all around Denpasar, and some of them are really, really interesting. Again, beautiful architecture, beautiful lush gardens, again those glorious carved doors. Really worth having a look at. They weren't expensive. This is the inside of the museum, and they sort of do like a bit of a history of Bali. You sort of walk around and you can see the history of Bali. Really interesting, actually, about the history of Bali and how many different countries have tried to take a stake of Bali as well. So definitely worth doing that, and I think it's important that you do that and have a look at the culture of the countries that you're visiting, so you understand their history and background. Again, this is more of some of the museums we went to. This one was slightly different, was more a red brick type of museum compared to the one that I showed before that was more grey. And these are all in the in the government cultural centre of Denpasar, so really worth going and having a look at. We were there for Indonesian Day too, so that's why all the flags were everywhere. We stopped here. This is where all the local government people eat, so we stopped there for lunch, and that was really nice. All the local government people coming in all these suits and having their lunch, so that was a bit of fun. You can see there it was the Warung Minya reunion. We also went and explored some different parts of Denpasar as well. So it was really nice just to get out of the hustle and bustle and have a bit more of a look around Denpasar. And of course some of the gardens, these bougainvilleas we had to take a photo of. They were just stunning. Now you must go see the cultural park. It gives you the most amazing views over all of Bali. You can go right up the very top. There's restaurants right up the very top. Have a good look around. These statues are enormous, and we could actually see this statue when we were flying in. We could see something on this hill, and yeah, this is what it was. So there's also lots of little markets and souvenirs and things you can buy downstairs. We stopped in at Kuta, get a quick footy fix, being Melburnians, and did some last little bits of shopping in some of the cultural centres as we had an evening flight home. We also stopped for a beautiful sunset and had something to eat and a quick drink and watched the sunset with everyone else on the beach. Back at this is the International Departure Hall, which was really good. Then back home, flying back home to Melbourne. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let us leave a comment. Give us a thumbs up. You have been watching Aussie Boomers Travel. Thanks for watching, and I'll